I have in front of me a Ferguson 154 combo receiver. It's available with free delivery directly from freetv.ie, and by default you can get this box fully pre-programmed with all the UK channels on it. You'll need to tune in the Irish channels just on your local transmitter, but the satellite is universal across anybody who's receiving it in Ireland or the UK. It's all coming off the one satellite. So we have two boxes here. One I'm going to use for demonstration to show basically what's on the box and in terms of ports, etc. And the other one here is just set up, back up, and as we do in all our demonstration videos, it's just set to EWTN because it's one of the few channels that has no copyright. Okay, everybody can look at Jesus. So that's just it. So this is just the display that we have here. So there's a little Conax card reader that's there, and what we have here, it's probably easier to show in the lit up box here. We have a digital display here, and we basically have an on-off button, and also we have this ability here to go up, down, right and left and bring up the menus, okay, directly from it. If we look to the back of the box here, we'll see that we have a T2 tuner, so our terrestrial area will plug in here, our satellite tuner will go here. They have loops out in them, but there's no modulators as such inside them, so that's it. If we look down, we have two USB ports here. We have an SP diff, which is this digital optical diff here. We have a LAN connection if you want to put your box on the net. With this here, although it claims to have certain internet functionality and things like that, it's not really. The reason that most boxes actually come with Ethernet ports like that is simply because you can qualify for a lower duty rate when you're importing products into the European Union if it has an Ethernet port on it. That's just straight up in it. We have an RS232 in it. There's no practical purpose for this whatsoever, other than the fact that if you manage to put the wrong firmware onto the box, the only way to recover it is actually using an RS232 cable. We have a SCART output on it, which people can potentially use with older televisions, but obviously the vast majority of people are going to use their HDMI lead. We have an on-off switch here, and our power unit goes directly in here. It's a 12 volt 2 amp power unit on it, and we have our remote control here as well. Okay, so you can just see the remote. We have a user manual which is in English, and that's it, and then with the overall box on it. So Ferguson used to be by a mile the biggest selling combo box because it was the first company that really came out with a really solid, reliable combo box. Now since then, the market space has actually got pretty crowded. There's a lot of other combo boxes that are equally good, I would believe, but still the name lives on in terms of the strength of it. So all the boxes are actually coming directly from Poland. This is where Ferguson is now headquartered in Europe. So it actually is quite a good selling thing. Now for us, we'll say at this stage, it's probably only a very niche part of our overall combo market, but still we do stock it because simply there is customers who sort of insist on it, because it's sort of like, in the installing trade, people would say that if you install a Ferguson, it's highly unlikely you'll ever need to go back out to that house, okay? So from that perspective, it's a really quality product. Okay, so that's just basically it. What I might do at this point here is I'm just going to come around to the front, and I'm just going to press the menu button here, and just bring up the menu. So what we have there is we'll just see the basic thing in it here, and we can just scroll down through it. So this is how the boxes are coming in terms of the pre-programmed nature of it. So just a thing like that. What we would put is all the main channels at the top. So then we have the BBCs, BBC Northern Ireland, the CBs, which are children things, UTVs, ITVs, all the variations, Channel 4s, all the rest of it. And these are all the main things that people want on it. We program them in and tune them in directly. Sometimes it might be, in theory, necessary at a later point to actually come along and tune channels back in, but in truth the main channels very, very rarely change frequencies. So overall we'll say you have that. Now like we'll say a lot of the competitor boxes, it has the ability to add on an external hard drive, so you can actually record. There's a pretty decent media player inside it, and that's basically it. One of the good things about the Ferguson is you can actually look at an Irish channel while recording satellite and vice versa, so there's flexibility inside it. So overall we'll say it's a good box, good remote control, good brand, strong reputation, and it still sells reasonably well on our website. So that's it anyway, an overview of the Ferguson 154.